Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to my portfolio. My name is Josh, and I want to walk you through one of the things that I built for one of our customers. It's an autonomous sales development rep, right? This company wanted to scale cold emails, but they wanted to do it in a way that protected their reputation, as well as increase those email reply rates. How do you do that in cold email? In cold email, the only way to do that is personalization. And so what I want to do is I want to walk you through how I build a system that not only finds leads, so there was never a subscription. These leads are coming literally from Google Maps. I want to show you how I write personalization, some of the lessons I learned, and how I can do the same thing for you. Okay, so let's walk through this autonomous SDR here. So outbound, like you said, the reply rate is generally 1%. And if we want to really personalize something for someone, there's a lot of clicks. You got to get their email. You got to check out their About Us page. You got to check out their LinkedIn profile, all of these different things. And we're looking at about 20 minutes per person sometimes. So here's what I built in normal English, right? Look, first we source all the people. We have a Google Maps integration. And so we were able to grab all these people. Second ones, we were able to qualify them. This was actually really important. I'll walk you through what that means. We verified against real email addresses that were sourced and verified. We write like a human. And we also write our personalization. And then finally, through the approval process, when it's finally good to go, we just let it run on repeat. And it's actually done some really cool stuff. I'll show you. Here's a real run of the system. It found 49 different leads. And then it would get rid of things. Hey, we don't need chains and franchises. We don't need wrong size companies. We don't want dead or fake websites. One of them was a casino website that got taken over. We don't want ones with no named decision makers. And so as we kept going down these flows, we went from 49 leads found in a single city across Google Maps down to 5. Now, this person was looking for independently owned insurance agency. So not a franchise of Geico or just these Farmers Insurance, like these different insurance agencies nationwide. Like, we don't want franchises of them in your local city. What we want is people who've started their own insurance agency and are able to kind of make decisions quickly and move on. So we would source them from Google Maps, and then we would do deep research on qualifying them. We would verify everything. So we found out the AI actually lied to us in one of our in our earlier rounds, and it kept saying that these people's emails were coming from the contact us page, and we found out that that wasn't true. So what we had to do is we didn't just rely on the AI agent. We have to give the AI agent tools and skills, and giving them those tools and skills, or some of those tools were actually code where we would say, hey, look, this code, we would use handwritten code that was able to validate what the AI agent was saying as it was scanning these websites. Then we taught it how to write like a person. We gave it a brand voice, and we gave it kind of a bit of a personality. And you can see here what some of our personalization actually really did. So check this out. We sent it to Thomas Wilson Group. Hey, Todd, you went from buying trucking insurance at a public carrier to selling it. So you already know the ops side cold. But I bet your team still burns hours chasing renewals and certificates of insurance by hand. So do you see how we use the acronyms that would be inside of this actual industry, COI? This is actually really important as you guys are writing like a human, writing like someone who looks like they're a part of the industry, as well as everything in this kind of yellow highlighted text here is us personalizing it specifically for Todd. This was information that we would get about his About Us from his About Us page, from his LinkedIn profile. We conglomerated all that information and we put it into a single line that really personalized it for them. Finally, we went through a big approval process. We went through a lot of leads. We had a couple meetings going through how do you like this? What does this feel like? And things like that. And this is especially important for regulated industries and for protecting your brand name, right? If you want to be a company that's reputable, isn't known for sending spam, then we got to make sure that this sounds like you, that this is really you, and it's not making up stuff, because that'll wreck your reputation really fast. We found out that this would take someone about 30 hours every month if they only sent 100 emails. Now, we're able to send so many more. But if it was just that, it would save the company, if it was just 100 emails, highly personalized emails every month, save you about $17K a year. Now, if you send 1,000 emails, then that jumps to 170,000. So kind of jumps that way. And our typical reply went from about 1% replies to almost 4.5% to 5% replies. So we felt pretty safe saying 2 to 3x, but I have actual analytics that say it jumped up from 1% to about 4.5%. So here's how I built this differently. And then I want to kind of show you an actual lead. Look, I'm an engineer. I'm not a vibe coder. I built this with real people in mind, and I understand how a business is supposed to get leads. So I built that all. I assume the AI is lying, and this is true because the AI actually did lie to us. So we needed to make sure that everything that gets sent, especially if it has your name on it, it needs to make sure that it's validated. I also understand about security and making sure that we don't give the AI access to send things on your behalf unless it's for a very specific use case. So those are a couple things. If you want to build something like this is how your build would run. We would diagnose what the issue is. We'd build something small. We'd prove it out, and then we would scale it. Let me show you some of these real leads right here. Hey, Brian, saw your dad founded Han in 1986, and you've been president since 2012, building out commercial across construction, manufacturing, and so on and so forth. Check out this one. Hey, Junior, the third generation story caught my eye. Your grandfather founded Comstock in Reno back in 1957, and you've kept it independent and family run for the last 20 years. Like these, look at this one. Hey, Matt, your dad's 1992 bet is still paying off. Ames and Gow just promoted Justin and Jessica to equity partners in Jan and serving AE and law firms. These are very, very highly specific cold emails that have been written out, and then we actually sent them. And like I said, we were seeing a 4 to 5% kind of conversion ratio across some of our different things that we were sending. So here's the difference between working with me versus working with someone else. If you work with other people, they can build you a demo really quickly and they can vibe code you something. If you're working with me though, what I want to say is I build you AI that you can put your name on, you can trust with your reputation. And I think that's what makes the difference. So if that's something that you're interested in, reach out to me. My DMs are open. I want to build something like this just for you. And I want to see how I can help build your AI automations for you. Thanks. Have a great day.